Before diving into this course, let's address two fundamental questions. What is music, and what is sound? Rather than venturing into overly philosophical territory, where even the sound of a toilet flushing could be considered music, let's focus on widely accepted definitions that reflect reality. According to the Oxford American Dictionary, music is vocal or instrumental sounds combined in such a way as to produce beauty, form, harmony, and expression of emotion. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary offers a complementary perspective. Music is the science or art of ordering tones or sounds in succession, in combination, and in temporal relationships to produce a composition having unity and continuity, or vocal, instrumental, or mechanical sounds having rhythm, melody, or harmony. These definitions highlight key aspects of music: organization, beauty, expression, and continuity. They serve as a practical foundation for understanding what music is within the context of this course. With that definition of music established, let's move on to the next essential question. What is sound? Since music is made up of sound, it's important to understand what sound is and how it relates to music. The Oxford American Dictionary defines sound as vibrations that travel through the air or another medium and can be heard when they reach a person's or animal's ear. For most people, this definition may seem obvious or even unnecessary to explain. After all, we experience sound every day. But it's important to use precise terminology when discussing music theory to ensure we're all on the same page. Sound is a type of energy that travels through a medium, such as air, water, or solids, as a series of compressions and rarefactions, forming what are known as longitudinal waves. For our purposes, we'll focus on sound as it travels through air molecules, since this is the medium through which most music is heard. When these vibrations reach your ears, they're converted into electrical signals by the ear and interpreted by your brain as sound. Sound can be categorized into two fundamental components: frequency and duration. While there is more to sound, we'll begin by focusing on these two elements. Frequency refers to the number of mechanical wave cycles that repeat over time. This is measured in Hertz, named after 19th century German physicist Heinrich Hertz. 1 Hertz equals 1 cycle per second, describing how many times a wave oscillates in that time frame. Imagine air molecules bouncing back and forth 1 time per second. You can't hear this. To understand frequency better, imagine a slinky toy stretched between two people. When one person quickly pushes and pulls on one end of the slinky, waves travel along its length. Similarly, when an object vibrates, it pushes and pulls on the air around it, creating waves. These waves are made up of regions where air molecules are packed closer together, compressions, and regions where they are spread farther apart, rarefactions. The back and forth motion of these molecules caused by the vibration is what creates a sound wave. The human ear can perceive frequencies ranging from 20 Hz, or 20 waves per second, to 20 kilohertz, or 20,000 waves per second. Though this range can vary between individuals, particularly with age. Here's an example of a sine wave sweeping from 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. On the oscilloscope, which shows a two-dimensional view of a sine wave, you can see how the waves get closer as the frequency increases. This reflects the shortening wavelength of the sound. Modern instruments allow us to create and detect a wide range of audible frequencies. In music, we divide this range into specific frequencies, which we call pitches. For example, a tuner set to 440 Hz will identify that frequency as the pitch A4. A common reference pitch in Western music. It's worth noting that while these frequencies are scientifically accurate, assigning a specific frequency to a note, like 440 Hz for A, is largely based on music tradition. However, the relationships between pitches, such as octaves and scales, are rooted in consistent mathematical principles like doubling or dividing frequencies. If this feels a little overwhelming, this is going to make a lot more sense later on.